When I say the name Alex Rodriguez, what comes to mind?
Cheater, performance enhancing drugs, um, just overall cheating in baseball.
Crooked, yeah.
Crooked.
Do you think he's the only one doing it?
Oh no, there's been so many that have been in the news here lately that have been doing that.
Well, how long do you think it's been going on?
Well, in my opinion, I would say maybe early 80s to present.
Well, I'm here to tell you it's been going on far longer than that, and it is a larger deal than just baseball. To most sports fans, performance-enhancing drugs, or PEDs, are what modern-day athletes illegally use to break records. However, following the underground scene of performance-enhancing drugs, I'm here to tell you different. The truth is, performance-enhancing drugs are the secret weapons of athletes far beyond this modern era. When most sports fans hear the word PED, they automatically think anabolic steroids. It's a much larger deal than that. For example, Olympic athletes are held to a higher standard than most other athletes. They're tested for stimulants and other things. This year, Tyson Gay, the fastest American sprinter, failed a drug test for a stimulant that we can purchase legally at local health food stores and over the internet. And he backed out of his race because of that. Endurance athletes and competitive marksmen have also been known to take non-steroid PEDs. Endurance athletes rely on products to boost their red blood cell production to enhance their oxygen utilization. And marksmen use tranquilizers such as Valium for a calming effect to shoot more accurately. Initially, performance-enhancing drugs were used by ancient Greeks during the original Olympic Games from 776 to 393 BC. To mask pain caused by their musculoskeletal injuries, these ancient Greeks frequently used dupe, a vicious opium juice. This is where the word doping comes from. These ancient Greeks would go through great lengths to win large cash prizes and olive wreaths. Most of what we would call cheating was completely acceptable to them at that time. The modern era of PEDs in sports began in the late 19th century. French cyclists and lacrosse players drank vin mariani, a mixture of cocoa leaves, extract, and wine before their events. This preparation allowed them to fight fatigue and mask hunger pains brought on by long periods of extreme exertion. During the 1980s, an era where Carl Lewis was thought to be the fastest man in the world, a 26-year-old Canadian sprinter named Ben Johnson surprised Lewis by decisively beating him to shatter the world record. 3 days later, it was revealed that Ben Johnson tested positive for stanozolol, an anabolic steroid. His gold medal and his world record would be erased. In 2001 was a year to remember in baseball. Giant slugger Barry Bonds had what some say was the best offensive season of all time. That year, Bonds broke the home run record with a whopping 73 home runs. However, in 2003, Bay Area Cooperative, or Balco Labs, was raided by federal agents under suspicion of distribution of PEDs to athletes. Allegedly, the drug regime of Bonds and many other professional athletes were found. This investigation is still going on to this day, and so far, Bonds has only been convicted of obstruction of justice. Lance Armstrong has been hailed as the best cyclist of all time. Armstrong has won the Tour de France a record 7 times. For most of his career, because of his success, Armstrong has been suspected of using PEDs. He has always denied these allegations, but in January of 2013 on the Oprah Winfrey Show, he partially admitted to using PEDs. One of his medals were stripped, and he's expected to pay back millions and millions of dollars prize money. Currently his law team is working on countering that. The World Doping Agency has now been formed with support of the local governments and public authorities to fight this war on PED usage. But given the extensive history of PEDs, I think it's a war that will never fully be won.
I agree.
You
I
did
agree.
good.
You did good.
Yes.
That was good, Carl
That was
David.
good.